What's going on, Superman fans? This is my review for Superman and Lois episode 9, titled Loyal Subjects. Another solid episode, not the best of the season or anything like that, but I thought it was pretty interesting and a lot of questions to be answered in the coming episodes, especially after the ending of this one. But of course, the big kind of plot for this season is unraveling exactly what Morgan Edge is getting up to. He's making Kryptonian kind of, not clones, but he's putting Kryptonian consciousness into random people in Smallville, and then it changes how they act and stuff like that. It overtakes their body, and then they're Kryptonian soldiers for him. And we've seen a few of them in this season so far, working for Morgan Edge, trying to, overtake Smallville, which the main goal is to overtake the world, and also probably beat Superman as well. So, look, Morgan Edge, we know, is manipulating people, but Lois is investigating him. In this episode, we've got Clark, we've got Lois Lane, we've got Chrissy working together to try and unravel Morgan Edge's master plan. Lana Cushing, of course, is undercover at the company too for Lois Lane. So, look, they're trying to find out more and more information. You've also got two sons, Jonathan and Jordan. You've got Jonathan as well. He's dealing with his own kind of love interest in this episode, and he asks her out and she rejects him, and a little bit weird. But then you got Jordan, who's supposed to help Sarah with her big song that she's going to be singing at the talent show. He's going to play the guitar, the piano for her. But then he starts to get sick in this episode because he starts to get this kind of freeze sneezes is what I'll call them. He sneezes out of control and it freezes wherever the sneeze goes. So that was pretty interesting there as well. But it was a cool scene where Superman gets called, or just hears that there's a crime happening in Mexico. He goes to Mexico, there's a bank robbery happening, he takes down the guys one by one. He definitely hurts a few of them as well, but he gets shot a lot of times by a shotgun and bullets and stuff like that. And he doesn't look too well. He starts to feel a little bit sick. And he kind of gets knocked down by a shotgun blast. I was like, Superman getting knocked down by a shotgun blast? That's pretty weird. So he gets knocked down, and it looks like these crime guys are about to succeed and rob the bank. But Superman gets up and is able to stop them. But he still doesn't feel too well, and he goes home, and his body is completely bruised. And we find out because in last week's episode, when one of the army soldiers, who was actually a Kryptonian because of Morgan Edge, he used kind of Kryptonian gas on Superman, and it weakened them last week. There's actually some effects happening to Superman and also his son, Jordan, because he was exposed to it as well. And what's happening is they don't feel as well. And Superman is obviously stronger, so he's able to take it a little bit more, but he's still in a lot of pain. But Jordan isn't as strong as his father, so he's getting a lot more sick, and he can't breathe and stuff like that. So Superman brings him to the Fortress of Solitude to go see his father, Jor-El, an AI kind of version of Jor-El. And the only way to stop the Kryptonian gas from overtaking his lungs and actually killing him is using, the red kind of beam that's in the Fortress of Solitude, kind of to burn this gas, this kryptonite out of him. So he has to do that, and Jordan's in obviously a lot of pain because these X-ray beams are going into his body and stuff like that. But he ends up being okay by the end of the episode. You've got Lois Lane kind of having a confrontation with her father, because her father, he's an army general, but he's always prepared for the worst case scenario. He wants to protect his country, he wants to protect the people, but he also, if Superman ever goes rogue, he has kind of something there to combat Superman. And this Kryptonian gas that his scientists were working on, doctors were working on, was only a prototype. They haven't really checked it out yet, they haven't really tested it, so they didn't know how it actually would affect Superman. And Lois is pretty upset with her father, because General Sam Lane, because it put her husband in danger, it put her son in danger. So there's a big confrontation between those two, and Lois is like, I don't want to see you again, stuff like that. So, but Morgan Edge, he's using the people of Smallville to build his Kryptonian army. And we see from the other timeline, the other Earth, where John Henry Irons is from, is that Superman went bad, but all these Kryptonians went bad as well because of Morgan Edge, maybe, and this big army was built and the world was destroyed. In this world right now, we're only seeing the foundations of this. We haven't really seen Superman go evil yet, or maybe get his head turned by Morgan Edge. Maybe we will. Maybe there's some way that he will be manipulated, because by the end of this episode, something pretty cool happened. But there's a lot of the characters who are now working for Morgan Edge, and these kind of apprenticeship thing, are actually being used and tested for Kryptonian powers. And we find out in this episode that Kyle Cushing is one of these people as well. Because that's kind of why Lana didn't want her husband working for Morgan Edge, because she knew that he was up to no good. But Kyle kind of having that identity crisis, his wife is bringing in most of the money. She has a more powerful job and stuff like that. He goes to Morgan Edge on the sly and goes, I want to feel my best self. I want to be my best self. So he was tested on as well, and he has Kryptonian powers. And we also got Emily as well, who's working there. All have kryptonite powers. So it's interesting. And then Morgan Edge sends them to Lois Lane's house to kill Lois Lane, to kill her sons and stuff like that. But Superman comes and saves the day and stops Kyle and stops Emily and another guy as well from the company at Morgan Edge from killing his family, and they leave. And they're like, what happens is when they have the Kryptonian powers is they can't really remember themselves when they're doing the business for Morgan Edge, and they kind of forget what they did. And Kyle Cushing goes home after Superman is able to take him out, and he doesn't really remember what he did. He just feels weird. He feels like he blanked out. And of course his wife Lana and his daughter Sarah think he's drinking again because he looked kind of a little bit dirty and stuff like that and out there. But yeah, it's very concerning for the Kent family, big time, that Morgan Edge is building this army. Not only is he building an army, but he's building an army with people that they know, people that they care about. So it's going to be interesting to see how this develops. But then by the end of the episode, Clark goes to Morgan Edge, and he's able to discover that Morgan Edge isn't just a regular guy. He also has Kryptonian powers. And it looks like that, from my point of view, it doesn't look like that Morgan Edge tested this on himself. It looks like that he is of Kryptonian descent. He is from Krypton. He's there in a black suit, not the regular kind of S, but a different kind of suit. And Superman tries to take him out, but it looks like that Morgan Edge is maybe more powerful than Superman in a way. So it's interesting. And then Morgan Edge goes, brother. So are they actually biological brothers, or are they brothers in terms of, we're from the same planet, so we're brothers? Interesting to see how that develops next week. But Morgan Edge isn't just a regular business guy. No. He is very much powerful. So we'll have to see how this goes. Can Lois Lane, can Clark, Superman, can they actually revert what he's doing? Can they save Kyle Cushing? Can they save Emily? Can they save these people? I don't know if they can, or will they end up dying or self-destructing like we've seen to other people who've had the Kryptonian powers as well. It's very interesting to see how this is going to develop over the next few episodes. But Superman and Lois has been top-notch this season. I've really enjoyed it. This wasn't one of my favourite episodes. I thought it was a little bit choppy at times. I thought maybe, just get to the point at times. But overall, I think it was still well enjoyed. And we'll have to see how it goes. But guys, what were your thoughts on Superman and Lois episode 9? Still enjoyed it. Thought it was a pretty good episode, and that twist at the end just made the episode big time. Give a like, comment, subscribe, come follow me on all the social medias. Make sure you get in the comments and give me your review of the episode as well. And if you want to see me review these episodes more, episode 10, 11, right until the very last episode of this season, then make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Thanks for watching. Enjoy. And Superman and Lois is some of the best CW ever. It may be the best.